Hey guys, welcome back to our TackleShare channel. Today we are talking fishing line. Fishing line is essential for while we are fishing. It is what connects our lure or bait to our rod and reel and plays a crucial role in reeling in our catch. There's going to be 3 different sections to this video. The first one being the strength differences you can find in different kinds of line. The second one being different materials of line. And the third one being the different types of colors you can find. I have put the timestamps of each section in the description below. So if you want to scroll ahead to the section you're interested in, just check out the description below. Alright, let's start with the first thing you're going to look for when purchasing fishing line, that being its strength. How do you measure strength in fishing line? Well, the strength of fishing line is measured in what is known as pound test. Now, pound test is the amount of weight that can be applied to the line without breaking. For example, an 8-pound test line will be able to hold up an 8-pound sandbag without breaking. But if it was to hold up a 9-pound sandbag, it would snap in half. Now the drag on your reel does help with this a little, but that is a whole other video coming soon. Now the most common pound test line you will be using as a beginner or intermediate angler will be anywhere from a 6-pound test line to an 8-pound test line or maybe a 10-pound test line. Here I have a 6-pound test line, and this will be perfect for fishing smaller fish such as your panfish, your sunfish, your bluegills, your yellow perch, and maybe some smaller bass. But here we have our 8-pound test line, and this is what you would most likely use when you are going bass fishing. Make sure you pick the right strength for your targeted species. You don't want your catch breaking the line as you're trying to reel it in. Okay, so part 2 of this video, we are going to be talking about the different materials used for different fishing lines. We have 3 main ones we are going to be talking about. The first one being monofilament line, the second one being fluorocarbon line, and the third one being braided line. So let's go through the pros and cons of each and try and figure out which one is best for you. Okay, so to start off part 2, we are going to be comparing monofilament line to fluorocarbon line. Okay, so first let's start off with the price tag. So monofilament line is going to be cheaper than fluorocarbon line. Most new beginner anglers will start off with the monofilament line because it is cheaper and work their way into the fluorocarbon line as they get more experience. Now, when you're using monofilament line, it does have a shorter lifespan compared to the fluorocarbon line. This is because the monofilament line does break down faster when it is exposed to UV rays and the water, whereas the fluorocarbon line is designed to protect against those elements. When casting these 2 different lines, it is easier to cast the monofilament line compared to the fluorocarbon line, as the fluorocarbon line is known to cause more tangles near your reel. Now, in our part 3, we are going to be talking about the different colors you may want to use while going out fishing. Monofilament line does come in a variety of different colors. However, the fluorocarbon line only comes in a extremely clear, uncolored fishing line. That being said, both fishing lines, monofilament and fluorocarbon, have low visibility in the water. However, the fluorocarbon line will be even lower than the monofilament. Comparing the stretch of the fishing line, the monofilament fishing line does have a higher stretch than the fluorocarbon line that does not stretch as much. However, when we look at the strength of the fishing line, the fluorocarbon does have a higher strength than the monofilament. And finally, our last comparison here is density. The monofilament fishing line does have a lower density than the fluorocarbon line, which is a higher density. What that means is that the fluorocarbon line will sink to the bottom of the water faster than the monofilament line, which is better suited for topwater angling. Like I said earlier, it is usually the monofilament line that wins over the beginner's hearts, as it is easier to use and cheaper to come by. Now we also have braided fishing line. Now, with our monofilament and our fluorocarbon, those fishing lines are one single strand, whereas the braided fishing line takes 3 strands and braids them together to make a stronger fishing line. Some anglers will use this while fishing deeper water or when they are fishing weedy and structured areas, as it will hold up to abrasions better than the monofilament or the fluorocarbon. However, the braided fishing line only allows you to tie certain knots, and you're going to want to practice these before heading out on the water. Alright, part 3 of this video is all about the color of fishing line. Now here I have two different types of fishing line. They are both monofilament. However, this one is a 10-pound test and this one is a 6-pound test. And they are two different colors. This one is what's known as a smoky green and this one is a clear. Now, why does color matter while out fishing? Let's find out. Now, you're going to want to base your color of line on your quality of water you're going to be fishing in. The purpose of colored fishing line is to blend your fishing line into the water. You want to camouflage the color so the fish are not scared of the fishing line. Now, the first one we'll talk about is our standard clear fishing line. This is your generic, simple, most basic to use fishing line color. Perfect for beginners who may not go out all that often. The clear fishing line will blend into your water, however, you will still be able to see it on the surface. Second color we'll talk about will be yellow fishing line. It can be used to help spot movement in your fishing line, especially when you are using a bobber. However, because of its high visibility and because it's easy for you to spot, that means the fish will also be able to spot it. When using yellow fishing line, you are going to want to use it in more of a mucky, muddy water. Now, another color of fishing line you can find is blue, and you can use this color in more blue tinted water bodies. However, green fishing line is preferred over blue by most anglers, as most water bodies do have that green tint to the water, and the green fishing line helps to camouflage the line while it's in the water. Okay, that is the basics of our fishing line video. I hope you guys learned something new and you're able to go out and choose the best fishing line for your fishing adventures. If you have any questions or comments about what we went over in today's video, drop them in the description box below. We would love to hear from you guys and answer any questions you may have. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more fishing related content.